We walked into this room thinking we might be able to catch ourselves an elemental, and instead locked eyes with the devil.
Oh God, I died for a bit.
Yep. And
Briefly.
through ingenuity, perseverance, and praised whatever gods you believe in, you survived.
And preparedness.
Oh, of course, yeah. And as the smoke settled from all the commotion, that individual who sent you here had peeked around the door and said, "Is it done?" And that is about where we left it.
He's like, I think so. Is it done?
I believe it is. It seems
Far
Tower
as we
goes
can
over
tell.
and pokes it with that bottom girl.
Also, has my sight come back yet?
Yeah, you can see as soon as the darkness was gone, you could see.
Sorry, I'm looking for a witty comeback to that.
It appears that your brethren here have suffered most grievous wounds.
Sorry, I know you're RPing. But yeah, Flint. For clarification, it seems like your problem was never your eyes as to why you couldn't see. That makes sense. Well, I guess that doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. You were not physically blinded. Something else happened that caused you to go blind at that moment. They kind of take in the scene a little bit of the space, and okay, this is going to take a lot of cleaning. Let's leave.
Indeed,
You
yes.
follow them out.
All right, let's start moving.
Yep.
You exit kind of back into the main area, and as you're walking, it's like, okay, well, obviously there wasn't an elemental in there. Is that something you're still interested in? I mean,
Wait, you
you're
knew
welcome.
that before?
No,
Okay.
but I can see what's on the ground, and that's not an elemental.
Just checking.
Are you saying you might be able to summon an elemental yourself?
Yes, pretty sure.
And it would. Should we perhaps take a little while to rest up and heal up a little? We are grievously wounded ourselves. A little rest could do us some good before we hop right into that. Is that
We
something?
nearly lost one of our own in there.
Probably best, as I said, you do have to wear them down a little bit. It's not as easy as just clicking a button.
But yes, apart from that, I think we would definitely be interested.
Okay, well, as I said, I kind of owe you here. Just don't keep the hats and balls, and don't tell anyone I gave them to you, and I think we'll be okay.
So does it look like they were trying to summon an elemental and made a mistake, or like they were trying to summon whatever the hell that was?
Well, I checked the records, and what they were trying to do was open a doorway to the Field of Reeds. I hope they were unsuccessful, because I don't think...
What does that even mean? What's the Field of Reeds?
Have you not read any religious texts?
Has Noah ever read?
That's not
religious
my
text?
religion. Not my religion, though. My religion isn't 3 books.
Make a general history check then, if you don't... Like, do you follow this pantheon that we're dealing with, this Egyptian pantheon?
I mean,
I
if it's
gotta
common
go.
knowledge, yes, because I lived in the area forever. But if it's
I mean,
if
you
it's
watched
kind of
Moon Knight,
vague,
didn't you? You watched Moon Knight with us.
oh,
I gotta go get our food real fast. I'll be right back.
Yep.
No, but that's a fair question. What I'm saying is, does Noah prescribe herself to the pantheon that we are dealing with heavy here? This Egyptian pantheon?
No.
Okay. Then I would say go ahead and make a religion check for me. No disadvantage or anything like that. Just a general religion check, just to see if you can... You've heard this word before, and people usually use it in a positive way. In terms of what it actually means or represents, I don't think you are putting that piece together. But I would say that it's a place of some religious place. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's what you would know upon hearing him say they were trying to open a doorway to the Field of Reeds.
And why would they be doing that?
Well, presumably to meet the gods face to face.
Is that not something that's frowned upon in your religion? To put yourself on the same level as gods?
I'm not trying to open a doorway to the Field of Reeds.
I'm just trying to understand what might have been going on in that room.
Well, I look at it this way, personally. If you could make it to paradise early, would you take that opportunity?
Or would you just let it slip?
I've been to my paradise, and I'm happy I came back.
In fact, looking around this room, there are a number of us who have slipped away into the afterlife for brief periods of time.
Yeah, but I would say that with the exception of one person who I feel like already had a bit of a conversation about it,
Mhm.
everyone else has not slipped into it in such a way that they would have any sort of like lasting memory of like, what that might have been.
Yeah.
Everybody else
Yeah.
has been rezzed pretty damn fast.
Yeah.
So,
shall we meet again or do we have any other questions for the...
well, when you're ready, I will be here. Find me. I will help you facilitate a room and summoning and such.
Thank you very much for that.
And I'll send word to the guild so that they know that this has been completed. And 5 stars. I don't. Is there a star system? I'm not sure.
Is there like a token system? That's what I remember, or the token system was something else, I think.
The token system. Oh, when you got the little token, that was from the
Right. Yep.
from the guards, if you will, or the military that you were following. That's because they don't carry large amounts of gold. They carry maybe a token or two that they can bestow upon people sometimes in those situations.
Right.
That's like unrelated to the guild specifically, and more related to like the kingdom of Eris at large. Like it was a promissory note from that is like, yeah, this kingdom owes you X amount kind of thing. The guild will take that from you because they can go cash it in where it needs to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm remembering it now.
Yeah.
So in these cases, we go talk to the guild to get paid.
No. You would have been paid from this person, but I think you already set up that you wanted a different form of payment.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. In lieu of gold, you wanted this summoning thing. And correct me if I'm wrong. And I know there's a tape that will tell us, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Yeah, we were hoping to get ourselves the elemental gem.
Yep.
Right. So that's what this person is now telling. Like,
Got it.
You want to rest. If you're on death's door, you should probably rest, and then we can do this thing. But I will do this for you. Is what they're telling you. If there's confusion there.
All right. In that case, we should probably clean ourselves the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
I pull out the cleansing stone.
Also that.
I imagine we'll be talking,
but not healed.
Yeah.
I imagine we'll be talking to you within the next couple days. You have a pleasant time cleaning up the temple.
Oh, that's not my purview. We have people for that. Thank you.
Yes. Bye now.
One round of physical cleanup simulator later.
Yeah. There are plenty of places that you can rest in this city. Not that you have to. There's you can do it any way you want, but there are multiple taverns and inns here. It's up to you what you want to do.
Should we set up some kind of long-term situation?
Yeah, probably.
Or I guess we don't know. We might be traveling some.
Well, we are going in like 10 days, was it? Or was it 2 weeks? We do have a trip booked soonish.
Yeah, it was like just within 2 weeks, I believe.
So maybe for that period of time, it would be a good idea to set up accommodations.
I believe I said it's a 4-day train ride one way, for what that's worth as well. Which is essentially cross continent, so pretty fast. Yeah.
So we should go find a tavern then?
Okay, well there's one that you know for sure, and probably about 12 that you don't know. I don't have my little booklet in front of me. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the city with the Beggar's Jug. Does that sound correct? Am I making that up?
I feel like we were at Beggar's Jug.
Just making sure I'm not getting my streams crossed.
It feels accurate, but I also feel like staying somewhere slightly nicer.
I mean, yeah, the Beggar's Jug it's close to the bottom of the barrel. Certainly not the bottom.
We're not out here begging. Could afford a little better.
Yeah, the Beggar's Jug.
I don't really care, so whatever y'all want.
Indeed.
Well, I guess then you can go ahead and tell me how opulent you want it to be.
Like a 3-star, maybe.
Keep in mind we are trying to save up a bunch of money.
Oh, that's true.
Nothing too expensive, I think.
That's right. I forgot we did just go and spend all of our money. Maybe
And
a
we need
two-star.
a lot more still.
Yep.
We paid 40 and we owe 40, is that correct? Yeah,
I really
we
hope
each,
you guys wrote
or
that
40?
down. Otherwise, we're gonna have to
Or
track it down
4?
in the recording. Because I did not retain those numbers perfectly. So, if you want something a little bit nicer than the Baker's Jug, then assuming you're kind of asking around, being somewhat out of sorts in this city still, I would say that you get pointed to the Simple Note Bar.
Sounds nice.
I mean, it's nicer than the Baker's Jug.
You know
Sounds
what?
simple.
Were we gonna be checking in on Angeloff and what's going on over there? If so, should we maybe try
You
to
did.
find a?
You did that. You got paid by. You met with them, unless you want. Oh, you
No,
mean,
I mean checking in on like keeping an
My
eye
mistake.
on things because of what's going on there. But if so, then should we maybe try to find a place that's near there so that way we can
That makes
easily
sense.
kind of keep tabs on it? Of course, I'm not trying to pay a ton for a room, so.
Oh, the amount of cost for a room generally wouldn't be high enough to cut in heavily into the kind of bill we have occurred.
Oh yeah, I just meant let's not be staying at a, crazy expensive place.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Indeed.
So I just have to share this because I'm using. I have one of my favorite generators that I use. It's just pumping me like names
Oh,
for
name
things I want.
generators. I was like,
Yeah, name
what do you
generators.
mean generator? Favorite generator?
One of the ones for a tavern or a pub on this list I will not be using, and I just can't believe it's there. It's called the Proud Midget.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, that one's
like,
pretty good.
I mean, it's
It's
something.
I almost
It's
said
loaded.
that too.
Sorry. So you want an inn that's on in the warehouse district or closest to the warehouse district as you can get? Is that
I
what I'm
believe
hearing?
so.
Yeah, if possible.
I keep trying to make it a dock warehouse, and it isn't. Gotta continuously tell myself it is not a dock warehouse because there's no water that's within the city like that. That in mind, what you find is it's not, because of its location, it's not going to be much better than the Beggar's Jug, but it is a different place, which is called the Salty Ingot Inn.
Mm.
Interesting.
Oh, have you never played Salty Ingot?
No. What do you do?
We should talk about it in private.
Boy. What you can okay. Inns and taverns in this universe to me are always going to have the swinging, well, not always, I'll tell you when they don't, but for the mind's sake, you can almost always bet that it's those wooden dual push through doors classic to a western thing.
Saloon
You know
doors.
what I'm saying?
Of course.
Saloon doors, yeah. They all have saloon doors unless I tell you they don't.
It'd fucking weird if they didn't.
Yeah, and they all pretty much have the standard layout of you push through the saloon doors. There are tables that are kind of to your right and left, a bar in the back, and a staircase that starts on the right side that kind of wraps up and over the top of the bar, you know what I'm saying? With rooms up top. That's pretty much how it's always going to look unless I tell you different. Just getting that out there. So as you do push through these doors to the Salty Ingot Inn, you can hear a piano that is playing a little ditty, kind of up tempo. And it's not packed in here. There seems to be a table of maybe 5 people that seem to be playing cards, and then 2 other people on the other side that are drinking. Otherwise, the tables are pretty empty, of which there are 8. And there seems to be a Warforge that is like cleaning a glass, because that's what barkeeps do when adventurers walk in for the first time. just kind of sitting there cleaning the glass methodically. Every once in a while, looking at the glass with the light, the exterior light that's coming in through like various openings, kind of making sure it's clean, and then going right back to it because it's not clean yet. And that's kind of the scene there. As you do kind of take note of where that piano is, you can see that there's just mechanical hands that are on the piano playing, but connected to nothing. And that's the scene. You're free to walk in it or leave it.
It looks as good as any to me.
Yeah.
This'll do.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, Buckheat.
Hello.
Might we look into getting a couple of rooms? We're going to be here for a little while. We're looking for, what is it, the full 2 weeks or just like, how many? Or is it just a couple of days?
I think the full 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking to stay around for about 2 weeks. We were wondering if you might have a space available for such a time.
How many rooms would you care for?
Looking back to the party.
I don't mind.
We should share.
I don't mind sharing either.
Rooms typically house 2 comfortably, 3 very comfortably.
How many beds are in each room?
Tell me, my good sir, at what point does it get uncomfortable?
That's up to you.
2 rooms, 2 apiece sounds about right.
Would you prefer twin or queen?
Twin for me.
I wasn't
giving a
planning.
look in the general direction of Tower and Aranoa.
I think we'd be fine with twin as well. I wasn't planning on using the bed.
I don't typically either.
2
Right.
twin rooms. That will
What it
be
is.
2 silver a night for 13 nights.
Sure, I believe that was our schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. 26 silver.
I will pull 3 gold pieces out. There it is. Yeah, I'll put... Sorry, the number was 27, right?
26.
26. All right, I put 3 gold pieces out. That should cover it. Keep the change.
Thank you.
Actually, to be fair, you might well just want to let the extra money sit on a tab.
And in fact, we might be leaning into that tab a little just now. I believe my companions would probably do for some refreshments and food, if you have such things available.
Actually, to be fair, continue keeping that as keeping the change, but also open a tab.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. What you got that's like ready now?
I believe we still have roast chicken from earlier, if you're interested.
Fine.
You sound fine.
Oh, I'm
Excellent.
good.
I'll pass.
2 roast chickens. Would you also
The
like drinks?
The annihilation does work up an appetite.
Oh, yeah.
What was that offer? I did not catch it.
Would you like refreshments as well? This is a bar, of course. I am a
Please.
bartender.
The strongest you got.
I will take one
Noted.
of those.
Noted.
Hard whiskey, and I'll tell you when.
I will join as a courtesy.
Understandable. Please find yourself a seat. I'll be with you shortly. My name is Rusty. I hope your stay is amenable.
Thank
I'm
you
glad to
kindly,
meet you,
Russ.
Rusty.
I'm confident it will
no!
You see them kind of put the glass down in the rag, and then they turn and walk through a little door that's behind the bar area and go out of sight for a moment.
be. Shall we?
Go sit down.
I'll plop down at the nearest seat at a table.
Fair. Oh, I was going to
Like I said,
ask.
there's only 2 tables that are currently occupied. There's 8 total, so you have your choice of 6. The nearest, there are 2 tables to the right and left, respectively, that are closest to the bar, kind of evenly spaced. So
Shall
you don't
we
have
sit-
to tell me which side. Sorry, I keep cutting you off, but you don't have
No,
to tell
it's
me
fine.
which side. But yeah, you can find a table that's right there.
Shall we sit in the one that has the game carved into it?
Absolutely.
The game
Sounds good to
carved
me.
into it.
Yeah, I beg.
Someone
I
didn't
beg
take
pardon,
it up
but-
improv classes.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, there is a table that is riddled with knife marks. No one currently playing finger stabbies.
I do not currently have one in my inventory, which I find absolutely baffling, but may I throw a silver piece at a deck of cards?
Yeah, I don't care if you. I mean, I think doesn't Shra have a deck
I
of cards?
I was just looking.
I certainly do.
I
Oh,
don't.
Sheriff, if I have a deck here.
No, I
But if
don't.
you want to
That
have your own
doesn't make sense.
cards, Sheriff, you are more than welcome to have your own cards. So.
I'm
Thank you
not
very
the
much.
game type, if you know what I mean.
Wasn't suggesting to play for wages. Just figured it might wages. Weird. That's not the right word at all.
That's close.
Yeah, it was close.
We're all tired. It's
yeah.
understandable.
Wagers.
Wagers, yes. Just something to pass the time, I think.
For those of you that do, in fact, have a gambling, or like I know Shra had like a specific game that they were
What are
proficient
you talking? What? Oh, that I'm proficient in.
Right.
No, just I changed it because of last time, all that craziness. So it just says
Right.
playing card set.
And what I was going to tell you is you can keep it that way, or you could decide instead to choose one of these games that I've listed, which is under gambling games. There's a whole slew of information. And it says, are you a maverick with an ace up your sleeve? Having proficiency in a non-specific gaming set, playing cards, dice, etc. You may roll a tool check using the appropriate ability instead of the required skill check. Having proficiency in a specific game set, such as a fistful of dollars, you may roll a tool check doubling proficiency and using the appropriate ability instead of the required skill check only for that specific game. So you're either really good at one game or you're pretty good at games in general, is how
I forgot I had that on my character sheet. So I guess I am a game type.
I also enjoy the gaming myself, and I suppose if it's among friends, a little gambling wouldn't be harmful. But as long as we keep the gold within the party, I think.
And there's 5 gambling games listed here, and I think that's the 5 gambling games that exist in this world, which does in fact cover what I view as the basis.
I'm sorry, you'll have to explain that terminology.
I don't have to explain shit. Anyways, so yeah, you can sit there and play cards. You can literally play a card game if you want. That's why I mentioned it. If you want to play one of these games, for gold or not for gold, it's up to you.
Doesn't everything involve betting?
Well, of course, in this description, everything is based on the assumption that you are playing against people that you want to make money off of, right? But there's nothing that says you can't do it for fun.
Yeah, there's playing for there's playing for fun, there's playing for copper, and then there's just like handing out party money.
And for your own RP purposes, you can simply just like, we're going to sit down and play a game of blackjack while we wait for our food and drinks. That's all. That's also all I'm saying. You know, it's there. There's a resource there with information at your disposal. At any rate, as you pull out cards and start setting up, you will see that a bottle goes down in the center of the table as Rusty sets that and a few shot glasses as well. Or
I'll pour one and shoot it right away.
Yep. Go ahead and just make a nice Constitution save throw for me.
Tower sees somebody drinking alone and knows that's not protocol.
Oops, I still had it on.
I'm gonna instantly pour my drink and try to catch up with Shra.
Yeah, I'm on my shot.
Everyone go ahead and just make Constitution saves if you haven't already, just because.
Oh, that one was to GM, but I crit mine.
Yeah.
I also had mine still on that.
Yeah. What you notice right away, especially for Flint, this is a dwarven whiskey. It just tastes like absolute fire.
Woo-wee!
Like the proof on this thing is through the roof. There's not much flavor to it. It's almost like you're just chugging Everclear. But it is what you asked for, technically. Or at least someone asked for it, sort of. So the strongest thing they had, that's what it is. It's borderline, you feel like you could almost run some machinery off. And Rusty's going to walk away as you start taking shots, and moments later come back with 2 plates of roast chicken.
Well, this will get you going. I will chow down on that.
And there is
chicken.
some nice herb and some vegetable garnish around it as well. It seems to be like a half of a full hen.
And at that point, as it's been a few minutes, Tower's just wrapping up a little conversation with Aaron Noah. And so whoever finishes last eats the ingot is the point of the game.
Oh. Well, I think that'd probably do some pretty bad harm to me. I'll
No,
have
you have to be a
think.
warforged. You have to be a warforged.
You know, you left that part out.
Gross. But the rest of this day / evening is yours as you see some people kind of filter in and out of this place. Not a whole lot of commotion. A couple unscrupulous types, but they seem to mind their own business. They don't seem to be here to start any ruckus. Is that the right word? That makes sense?
Yeah, ruckus is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
unscrupulous.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that one's fine too. They're all
Okay.
good
Now,
words.
Okay.
Tower, you don't eat or drink. What? You do play games, though, it sounds like.
Oh yes, I do enjoy playing games, and I can. I can imbibe if and when I choose to. In
Does
fact,
it have
I'm
any effect
feeling-
on you?
Oh sure. It's affecting.
Ah,
Were you mentioning you games? Games?
games.
Amusement.
Yes.
Yeah. I was
Well,
just curious, because, just thinking. I maybe have a little bit too much to drink.
Oh, we've only just started.
Oh, I'm assuming
I-
the
I
night's
thought
been
it'd been a
going
while.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it'd been a while.
Fair enough.
So, what exactly were you curious about with my
Just enjoyment and pleasure. What are all the pleasures that you can feel?
Eyebrows
Nothing
like
too
yeah.
personal, of
I heard
course.
Noah leans in.
I
touch your
believe
hair.
and Tower kind of leans in. I believe I have the capacity to feel whatever pleasures that you might be able to feel.
Huh. I was just thinking about the food, because the food feels real good to me, And that's what I'm kind of thinking of.
It's not so much a flavor thing, but there is a fullness and a complete feeling if I do choose to eat. But I also feel that it's just an unnecessary thing. And so why take when I do not need to?
I understand.
I suppose. I mean,
looks up from his food with a chicken bone lodged between his lip and his nose as a pseudo mustache. It's like ain't nothing in the 42 says you can't enjoy a good meal.
Sure, agreed. And I have, on occasion, enjoyed great meals, terrific, wonderful meals, full of conversation and life and camaraderie and family. Beautiful moments. And the food was fine too. Again, it's not so much about the food when it comes to mealtime for me.
Yeah, except that it's definitely about the food.
And I do enjoy food, like I said, the fullness, and I also enjoy preparing food. I don't know if I'm great at it, but seeing the pleasure that it gives people has always brought me joy. It's part of why I was made, was to provide comfort and pleasure to people, and it brings me fulfillment.
It's very interesting. So, my people, we don't show too much emotion of anything, So, but there's just something about having really good food that you just can't deny.
Is that... Oh, go ahead. No, please, you.
The Dwarven way is always about a good job well done. That certain particular satisfaction. Anything worth doing is worth doing right.
That sounds good.
You were saying?
I do not remember. It's been a number of shots.
About this time, you see a gnomish individual that during your conversation you didn't really see kind of creep up on you, but they are at the table now. Kind of not bibbed, that's the wrong word. aproned. Hands look. Let's see if this makes sense to you visually. Raw from being washed a lot.
Oh yeah.
And just kind of kept, but clearly has some sort of, at first appearance, they might be someone that makes food. And as you kind of see this person for the first time in this conversation, it's like, howdy.
Oh
Uh,
my.
Sorry,
You
didn't mean to
scared me
scare you.
there.
Yeah, I figured. I'm sorry. Name's Clements. Just heard y'all folks are going to be staying here for 2 weeks. Just wanted to make sure the roast chicken was to your liking.
Mm-hmm.
Damn fine hunk of bird, I have to admit. What about you, Clarence? What is best in life for you?
I think I said Clements, did I not?
What is Clarence? Sorry, I can't hear you so well through
He's a little deaf.
Yeah, I can't hear you so well through the whiskey.
Fair enough. What makes me so good in life? Is that what you asked me?
What is best in life?
Oh, I'm a man of simple pleasures. Warm food, warm women, that's all I need.
Fair.
What brings you here?
Well, I work here, so...
Oh yeah.
Hence the
That's what
chicken
you were
request.
saying. Okay.
Yes, my companions were mentioning how much they were enjoying the food. In fact, that is what much of the conversation was spurned on by, indeed, was your cooking.
Well, that's nice to hear. I wasn't looking for compliments, just wanted to make sure everyone's happy, but I'll take them when they roll in.
Well, sure, and in fact, I actually do have a question for my compatriot. Was their cooking better than my cooking in general?
Should I be standing here for this?
Yes. Oh, no, it's good, it's good.
Okay.
You're good,
You
you're
ain't
good.
gonna hurt
Yeah.
don't worry about me, y'all ain't gonna hurt my feelings. So.
Well, I mean, often when you're making meals, Towers out where there's not much to choose from. So
I suppose
that.
that's true.
I don't know if we've had a proper meal. Do we need to test it or something?
Yeah, have we had something with you that was some real time care and effort?
Well, no, it's typically just rations on the road, but I do tend to feed you folks a lot, and I've not heard you have such a positive, strong reaction to food, and I think if I could provide that for you on a more regular basis, your lives would improve greatly, it seems.
I see.
Well,
For me tonight, I think is, near death or actual death experience maybe just makes you see things in a new light.
Fair. That is very understandable.
I mean, I know I just bet y'all, and I don't want to interject. But if I could just lay a little bit of advice to you, if you're looking to up your culinary game,
yes,
I'd say cinnamon. Cinnamon's the secret. There's a lot of rosemary in that chicken, of course, but the cinnamon just kind of hits the back end. A little sweetness kind of elevates everything else around it. So that's
cinnamon.
my secret. Anyway. That's what I do, and if you like it, then maybe you like. I don't know.
No, yes. Thank you. Yes.
Pinch.
Oh,
Just a
yes.
pinch of it. Nothing crazy. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with some kind of cinnamon chicken, and well, I don't know. I'm gonna think on that, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Sure. Just a pinch.
I wouldn't do it to the whole pot, right? You want to start small and figure out if it tastes good, and then you can upscale it and make mass quantity.
So
thank you so much for that advice.
You see him kind of thinking to himself as he kind of walks back to the kitchen.
Cinnamon chicken.
Well, I'll be. Yeah, no, that is some fine cinnamon. Yeah.
Now that you mention it, yeah, it tastes it.
Tower makes a mental note to get cinnamon, and basically, like, anytime on the road, I'm not going to mention it all the time because I'm going to forget this conversation happened. Mm-hmm. But yeah, everything is going to be flavored way like cinnamon, too much cinnamon.
Oh boy,
cinnamon and or nutmeg,
and and like a little bit of rosemary, just a little bit of rosemary.
Cool.
Yeah.
I know it's 9:22 because we started.
Oh my goodness!
Late.
Oh man, we did start late.
I would just say for your sakes that your night rest, unless there's something very specific that you want to keep doing in this tavern, finds you without issue. The beds are serviceable. They're not, they're beds. They are beds.
Excellent.
The locks work on these doors. There's probably a pamphlet of religious significance in the drawers bedside table, right?
Yes, there should be.
But pretty modest. Just,
I
as
check
said,
it to see if there's any gold in the pamphlet. No, that's not a joke that
Is
lands
that a
anybody?
thing?
Okay. Gosh darn.
Oh, the Bible dollar.
The Bible dollars, yeah. No?
Yeah.
there is
I
not
feel like
currently
you told me this.
What's
in the
what's
book
that?
in the room that you're in. There's not currently a gold piece in there.
In the Gideon Bibles in hotel rooms across our great religious country. Every hotel room will have a Bible like that in it. And within those Bibles, I've heard tell, I've never actually found one of these, but sometimes people will leave money for people who are looking in the Bible in desperation,
Oh!
like as a way of
How
helping.
have I never known this? And I've been to many hotels.
And now you see Carmen's
I've
mind
noticed
feeling just
Bibles,
like, man,
but
I should fucking fleece the Bibles to see if there's any money in there.
well, I'm gonna check now.
Well, yeah, I have checked a lot, not all of them, definitely not all of them, especially like the past 5 years or whatever. I just kind of gave up. But I did for a long time check every room I went into, and I never found a single dollar myself. So
Because God is waiting for you to leave $1, Matthew.
that's true. That's true.
That is Jesus's take a penny, leave a penny, Trey.
Or to open the Bible because you really actually need the help from the Bible, and then
And then
That's
the
the
dollar.
day you'll
will be
find it.
given to
There
you.
it is. Okay.
That's true.
Yep.
I mean, the
Yeah,
dollar
it's true.
doesn't exist until you are in desperation.
Right. It's Schrodinger's dollar.
On that note, Flint's definitely leaving a gold piece in.
Yeah, I rolled for both rooms, and there's no gold pieces in the pamphlets.
Fair
They're-
enough.
they're-
Flint solves that problem for his book.
They're not pamphlets. They're books. There's books in this world. They're
Cool,
tomes,
cool.
if you will. But they are definitely like a mass-produced version of a tome that is like just very generally affirmations and praisings of various gods of this universe. But yes, you will find yourselves into the next day. So if we're keeping track of the 2 weeks, you are 1 day down. And you will be able to pursue these delights. I couldn't think of another word to say. But I assume that we should probably end it for the folks that need it ended. Is that true?
Probably.
Yeah. It's okay. We had some bookkeeping to do at the beginning of this episode, which all the listeners at home, Alec included, would not know as it was not recorded, but it needed to be done. So.
And I had fun with our meal.
So thank you,
Yeah.
listeners, for sharing our time on this dusty trail. Hope to see you next week. Meaning
And,
the next week we meet up to play.
Sorry,
What's
no,
that? Go. No, you go on. I'm done.
I just wanted to say that, while Flint is talking about stuff here, talking about dwarven specialty alcohols. So again, and the reason they call it borehole is because it's strong enough to cut through rock.
Ah.
You can do hydraulic mining with it.
Nothing to do with the animal at all. Huh.
Wait, what? And music.
But I'll cut it so it all flows together.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the ending that we usually have on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I try when I can, but I felt like I'd have to force it in this moment to really do it. So.
Don't worry, we're invested. We'll be back.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
true. We will be
I
back.
know. It's really for the listeners at home.